Damn right we take turns being.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Brielle and Seth, and we're back with the Hollywood reviews. Today we are going to be reviewing Kehlani's latest project, and it was called. I think it was good till it wasn't.
Yep,
that's it. This is her second project. To be quite honest and frank with you guys, this is my first time listening to a Kehlani project. I know her first album, it might be like one or two singles that I had listened to, but I didn't listen to like a full project. So this was the first time that I sat down and listened to a full project from her. What about you?
Same.
Okay.
Honestly, I never really listened to any of her songs, really.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, maybe she was featured on something, but I can't say I know the name of any Kehlani songs.
I definitely feel like
obviously this album.
I definitely feel like the gossip and like her whole like the lifestyle stuff kind of overshadowed like so people were kind of just really like it was like a lot of talk about Kehlani, but it wasn't really music. It was only the one album, so it was kind of like
right.
But
who she's dating,
exactly. It was always stuff like that. Who she's dating, what she cheated on, whatever. She's connected to this person, that person, like type of thing, like kind of. But after listening to this album, we're gonna give you our honest review and our opinion on how we thought the music was, because that's what it's about at the end of the day.
All right. So we're gonna be graded using 5 different criteria. First is gonna be lyrics. Second is production. Third is vocals. Fourth is rhythm and flow, and fifth is replay value. I'm gonna start off with the lyrics. How do you feel about the lyrics?
For the lyrics, I just call her Lonnie, like I know this much. For the lyrics, I gave Kehlani a 10.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot.
It wasn't like the typical R&B female R&B type of thing where it's pretty much about going through a breakup, or I hate niggas, or this nigga did me wrong type of thing. That's usually what like R&B, female R&B stuff is kind of about, like another sad love song, like another, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm so depressed, like I'm dying without this man type of thing. But I felt like she gave us a variety, and I definitely feel like she had a pen in this, because some of the things she talked about as far as like past relationships. Also, she talked about her sexuality, her being bisexual. She talked about that on it was a couple of songs she talked about that. And then just being vulnerable, talking about how, she's done some things she's not proud of as far as her sex life goes, but at the end of the day, she doesn't regret anything. Why are you laughing?
You got body she takes to the grave with her.
Yeah, and she was talking about in that same song how she had women who she wanted to share the last name with her, which was addressing her bisexual side. And she also talked about how she likes sleeping with men and women at the same time on another song. Also talking about the sex tape, also talking about times where she was involved with infidelity and it was on her part and not the other person. It's not toxic when you...
It's toxic.
Accountability is not toxic. It's toxic when you don't hold yourself accountable. That's still toxic.
So before this album came out, it wasn't toxic? It was toxic, right? Before the album came out?
Who said that?
Come on, because she ain't talk about it before that.
You don't know. Anyway, you guys, I felt like she gave us a variety of different subjects, and I also felt like she came from a real standpoint. I definitely feel like this is something that she either wrote herself. A lot of people have co-writers, but that's what it is. But I definitely feel like she was hands-on. Like, it wasn't something that somebody just gave to her after somebody sang it and then she put her own twist on it. I don't feel like that at all. I definitely feel like she was an artist in this process. So I gave it a 10.
I gave the lyrics a 10 also.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot.
from the first song. I mean, she comes on there, Toxic, and she talks about basically, I'm pretty sure she's talking about an ex, but I guess YG, since I guess YG, since he's the most recent one, I guess I'm just gonna go with that. But she basically talks about how she be basically getting drunk, and then it brings her back to messing with her ex or messing with whoever, like when she really knows she shouldn't because the love is toxic and she know it's a toxic nigga, but
the dick too good.
See, I'm definitely not gonna say that. So I guess that's what it is. I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
All right, so I mean, the whole entire album, she's giving different perspectives of herself.
Every song.
Yeah, and even the ones that are just seem like they're like just something for the radio, like maybe Can I with the sample from Aaliyah and Tank.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like still good songs, and still as far as like, even though it's like a little poppier, it's still good lyrics in it. And like you said, I feel like it's a lot of personal shit on this album.
Mm-hmm.
Of her addressing, and then she even got like some skits on her that seem like it's basically like what people were saying about her. But I mean, like you said, her she's in the news for other things that everything but her music most of the time. So I can see why people would talk like that. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great. Give it 10.
Okay.
Moving on to production. What'd you give it for production?
I actually gave it a 9, but I think I'm gonna give it a 10 because honestly, I'm looking at the track list and there wasn't a song that I didn't as far as the beats. No, I'm gonna stick to the 9. I'm gonna stick to the 9 simply because I don't feel like it was enough variety like in the beats.
Yeah.
I feel like it was pretty much the same like tempo. Though the beats were different, I do feel like it was still kind of like the same tempo. Like I don't think she had any like upbeat like type of thing. I kind of feel like it stayed like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense, it kind of stayed on one level. I mean, that was her vibe for the album, I guess, but it would be nice to, you know, see a little bit something that stuck out, something that was different. I can touch on my favorite song as far as production. I like Grieving. I really like the beat on that song. What else? I think that was my favorite as far as production and instrumental. But the only reason I took a point off was because I felt like it wasn't enough versatility as far as the production goes.
For the production, I gave it an 8. I mean, yeah, I felt the same way. It wasn't a lot of variations of different types of beats on here. And then even with the type of like R&B beats, like I didn't feel like anything on here was like super creative. Not to say I didn't like it. It just wasn't super creative. I did like it. I thought it was good, and that's why I gave it an 8. So moving on to vocals, I gave it a 10 for lyrics too. So I don't know why you didn't pour yourself a shot. The fuck?
I thought I was about to just.
Yeah, no, you did. You thought wrong.
I'm sweating. I'm pretty sure I'm shiny AF.
Okay. What? Damn, yo.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
You poured this,
Nah, it's
me.
cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Did you pour
So
this?
you should have followed suit and did what I did, but it's cool. It's already here. It's already here. It's already here. Think about what do say. If anybody wants to continue to see us taking shots, you would have to deliver
Send us a bottle of Douce.
Yes. Send us a bottle of Douce. And
The liquor stores are closed here in Pennsylvania.
I don't know about this.
So, send us a bottle.
Where we at?
We're on vocals.
For vocals, I gave it a 10.
Everything litty, I love when it's
I
hot.
felt like, let's go through it as far as, well, for her, I'm going to start with her. For her, I felt like, I like her voice. I really do. I don't know if I want to put her in the whisper category yet, or if I want to put her, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
somewhere else. You don't know what the whisper category is?
No.
That's like Janae Aiko.
She a whisper?
Yeah. Like the whisper. I definitely feel like her voice is like it's similar to Janae Aiko's, where it's kind of like a sleepy, that's what it is. Sleepy, but to me, she has like a little bit more, it's a little bit lighter. Like Janae is very soothing. Like it's very, like she's very soothing, but with Kehlani, it's a little bit rougher, I mean, like, or a little bit more hard. But I did enjoy her voice a lot. Like I said, this was the first project that I listened to from her completely. The other songs were kind of just like I think it was like a poppy single or whatever. So I couldn't really get like her main sound. But I like her voice. I enjoyed it a lot. As far as the features go, Janae was on here, and I love Janae Aiko's voice. I feel like the way that she controls her voice is just amazing. Like she's like top 3 for me as far as that. Who else was on here? Tory Lanez, he was okay. He actually didn't sound like auto-tuned out, so that's what I really liked about him being on that song, because that could have went bad. Who else? Hate the Club. I don't know who Masego is. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. I don't know who that is, but I didn't mind his voice on there. And then Can You Blame Me? Lucky Day. Who you say he sound like?
Lucky Day?
Yeah. You said it was a fake,
Who?
Who was it? Was it a fake? Oh, a fake Party Next Door. That's what you said. And I agree. It did sound like it was like an off-brand Party Next Door. But I like Lucky Day. She could have. That would have been.
She could have.
That would have been kind of like a shock about it. That could have been like where Rihanna had Chris Brown on Cake. It would have been like, ooh, like that type of thing. But I didn't mind him on that either. At first, I had a problem with this James Blake character on Grieving, but it actually did sound good with them two combined. So I didn't really care after that, because, like I said, I really loved the production on that album. So I didn't really have a problem with any of the vocals at all. Kehlani could sing, so that's just, it is what it is. So I gave her a 10.
I gave it a 9 for the vocals. I thought it was okay, I guess. I think the only reason why I didn't give it a 10, it's just, I feel like some of the songs on here, she's kind of just sound like, honestly, she sound like Tory Lanez. Some of the songs, obviously on Can I, like they both like a similar flow, but like on some of the other songs, she sounds like Tory Lanez, like a female version of Tory Lanez. Not to say he's a bad singer, but I wouldn't give Tory Lanez a 10 for vocals. So just saying. So that's why I gave it a 9. I thought it was still good though. Just not ready to give her a 10 for that.
Okay. What's the next one?
Next category is rhythm and flow. What'd you give it for that?
I gave it an 8, but I'm gonna give it a 9. I felt like it was kind of. It wasn't really.
Oh, you gave it a 10 for vocals, right?
Yeah, I did.
Rhythm and flow.
So I gave it an 8, but I'm gonna give it a 9 only because I feel like it was lacking in versatility. I feel like it was kind of like the same as far as her, like, you know what I mean? Like it was the same like basic, like the whole time.
Same flow.
Yeah, I didn't really feel like it was versatility in the flow. Like when I listen to R&B music, or when I listen to stuff like this.
Why you keep looking over here?
Because I'm trying to see
what
else I gotta do. When I when I listen to stuff, like even with Janae Aiko, I feel like with her rhythm and flow, she be changing shit up. Like she be, you know what I mean? Even as if you're a singer, you can still change like the rhythm and flow. You can still flow different on a song. But I didn't really feel like she gave me much of that. So I'm gonna give it a 9.
I gave it a 10.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot.
No, you didn't. You just fucking changed that because.
I did.
Yes, the fuck you did.
I didn't. I gave it a 10. I really did. I gave it a 10, man.
I don't believe you.
I really like the rhythm and flow on this album.
Why?
Yeah. I ain't do this shit to you. Yeah.
Because I ain't changed none of my
Nah,
stuff.
man, listen. Like, I really like it. I feel like she did mix it up on her. Like,
And what song?
on a lot of songs. I
Which
mean,
one?
Can I talk? I feel like some of the songs, Can I, obviously was a trappier song, or not trappier, but like a more up-tempo song than the most of the songs on here.
Right,
Hate the Club, she kind of basically, I feel like that was a good rhythm and flow on that. Grieving, it didn't sound like, to me, anything else on the album, or sound pretty unique. And then even just like the flow of this album, I liked it too. Like just as far as like how the tracks and shit flow and the sequences, all the way up until the last song where she put Lexi.
I don't know who that is.
On there. I don't either, but
she killed it though.
Yeah, she killed it, and it was kind of like a cool outro, I guess. Basically, a change up of the whole entire album. Honestly, I thought it was Kehlani rapping the first, and I was like, nah, Kehlani ain't got bars like this.
Ooh.
So,
You don't know what Kehlani got?
nah. So yeah, I gave it a 10 for rhythm and flow. I mean, you gotta take a shot, though.
I just feel, alright, whatever. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I just feel.
I'm gonna do the replay value because you asked. No, I'm not doing that.
All right, for replay value.
Where yours?
I ain't gonna say. You ain't giving 10. What? You did.
You right.
For replay value, I gave it a 7.
Go ahead.
Honestly, I think it's a good album, but it's just like it's not for me. A lot of the shit she's talking about in here, I don't feel like really relates to me. And honestly, I really don't even listen to R&B like that. And when I do, I kind of not like it's anything against women, but I would kind of rather listen to like a guy's R&B because I can relate more to that and a lot of the topics that they talk about versus women's R&B.
That's understandable. What'd I give it? I gave it an 8. I felt like I actually enjoyed this album a lot. It was, can you pull the track up?
Sure.
It was a lot of songs that I liked.
You can just name them.
So I like Toxic. I like Can I.
Toxic.
I like Water. I like Change Your Life. I like Hate the Club. I like Serial Lover. I like FNMU. I like Grieving. I liked a lot of the songs on the album.
Right.
So I'll definitely be revisiting the album. I just don't see myself playing it like every day. Like I don't see it in my everyday like Serato. So, but when I do want to listen to this is right up there with my Summer Walker. So I'm gonna do Summer Walker. I'm gonna do Kehlani after that. So I gave it an 8. Hello.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add up these scores, and we'll be right back. Final score. Don't you go nowhere. All right, so we are back. We got the final score. Final score for Kehlani. It was good until it wasn't. It's gonna be a 9.
Stop looking at myself.
So, how'd y'all feel about this album? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let us